So, hi everyone, and welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you again. Thank you for being here as well, Jason, Reed, yay. Without whose technical support, this would not be possible. I'm just gonna give it another moment. I'm gonna light my Palo Santo and just kind of raise my own kind of vibration a little bit, clear the air. I want to welcome everybody to this Monday night meditation. And hopefully we can together just create a brief and sacred space for balancing. Now, as many of you know, probably the chakras are our energy centers, and we come into this life with them. You don't have to do anything. They're just there. You don't have to create them. They come with you, and they've been with you throughout your journey. So tonight we'll focus on the root chakra, way at the base of your spine. You can think about it there, connecting you to earth, helping you feel grounded and secure. Many people visualize this as a ruby red or a beautiful garnet color. And when you feel appropriately grounded, you don't feel stuck. You feel just centered, grounded, secure, safe in your own skin. And our root chakras are most easily balanced when we come into this world if we have a safe and loving and good connection to our family of origin or whoever raises us in our community. But we can also form communities as we go through life that become our community, our people, and help us again to feel safe and secure and abundant. And then the other chakra, again, that we'll focus on balancing tonight is the heart center, the heart chakra. And most often this is visualized as either a beautiful emerald green, a life-affirming green, or a lovely soft pink. And it really doesn't matter. And you may be a visual person and see this very clearly in your mind's eye, or you may be somebody who's more kinesthetic. And as we go through this meditation tonight, you might feel movement in your heart and in your root. You might feel yourself becoming appropriately grounded. Or you can just trust and notice. Now, even though we're not focusing on them specifically, in the palms of your hands, you also have chakras or energy centers, and you can feel free to put one over your heart and one at your root, or even just grounding yourself with the other hand on your leg or your hip. And so we can begin, as we often do, with the breath. And just observing your breath and becoming aware that as you settle in and take this time for yourself to do this meditation and to be in community with anyone who watches this now and with me and with Jason, and also with anyone who will watch this video and do this meditation. What a wonderful thing that is. All of our energy interconnected like a beautiful web of light. You can think about it like that. But you can observe your breathing and just notice that as you become more relaxed, your breathing will naturally slow down and find just the right rhythm for you. And because my voice tends to get a little bit quiet and hypnotic, please don't listen while driving. You can absolutely listen to the recording later on, if need be. And as you breathe, just kind of do a quick mental scan of your energy centers, but paying special attention to how you're feeling today, Monday night. And perhaps your day was very affirming and reminded you that you are worthy and secure, feeling safe in who you are. Or perhaps you notice feeling either a little bit stuck. And if that's the case, just breathe that radiant ruby colored light into your root. You can just notice it however you notice it and trust that however you do it is exactly right. What a wonderful thing that is. Or if you're feeling a little bit too much in your head, where your mind has been wandering a lot and you've been kind of, as they say, lost in thought, or your emotions have felt like a lot, you can just trust or imagine that you are like a beautiful and stately oak tree or the tree of your choosing. And imagine roots coming down from your root chakra, down through your legs and feet, deep into the earth. And just trust that you know how deep you'd like them to go, but you'll feel appropriately grounded and solid in the best possible way and strong. When your root is balanced, you feel safe in your own skin. Your body can fall into an easy alignment. And perhaps the imagery of walking feels especially grounding, noticing the feeling of your feet connecting with the earth and the earth connecting with your feet. Just feeling stable, secure, and welcoming abundance from the earth. And as you draw up that beautiful and life affirming energy, you might even have the image of being a stately oak tree and having strong and numerous branches all the way out to the younger, more tender branches that are very supple. And feel the abundance of beautiful oak leaves emerging forth from your healthy and strong tree. And just notice how that feels. And breathe. You might even notice that if your hand is on your root or on your lower body, that you can feel that palm chakra activated, warming and balancing the energy both in your hand and in your root. And if you need any extra help releasing stuff from the day, especially stuff that doesn't feel like your stuff, it might feel like other people's stuff, or it might even feel like your old stuff kind of peeking through. Just imagine that that too becomes channeled into Mother Earth, beautifully transformed. Anything weighty or difficult to hold, just neutralized. Again, as you draw up what you need in exactly the right amount, your soul knows exactly what that is in this moment. And now just allowing that root to feel beautifully balanced. And if you feel the urge to move your body at all, move your spine or your pelvis or get up and move your feet and legs, that's perfectly fine. Intuitively, you know what to do to feel balanced. And as you stay very grounded and secure in your body, you can allow to come to mind people or even animals who've become part of your sacred community, where you feel loved and accepted as you are, however that is in this moment, even if there are things you'd like to work on. Who doesn't have that? But just imagine being in that sacred community so that even though you are well supported by your strong and lovely and life affirming roots, you can envision your community also supporting and shoring you up when you need it and being there for them as well. And if it feels challenging at times to have a community come to mind, if that's something you're still discovering, that's completely fine because you can imagine what that sacred and helpful community would be. And perhaps it's made up of your guides or your angels, people who have loved you, and people who will love you in the future. You can just imagine a sacred circle of your community around you. Wonderful. And still feeling grounded and safe in that protective cocoon, safe in who you are, you can now imagine that your awareness moves to your heart center. You might want to put a hand there. You might very well feel that the energy centers in your hands are feeling activated, and you can feel that energy moving or warming or tingling. Whatever you notice is exactly right. And just breathe into that heart center. Breathing in peace and ease. And you might imagine that heart center as again, a beautiful emerald green or the soft pink of a rose quartz. And just notice any tightness or tension and breathe through that as well. And you know that the heart center, again, it's the seat of love and compassion for yourself and for others. And you can draw that beautiful energy into your heart. Just imagine it easily and naturally and instinctively, intuitively balancing the energy there. So that you can have compassion for yourself and compassion for others, but also have boundaries that feel right to you. So there's a balance between giving and receiving. And it can be very wonderful to imagine or call to mind someone that you have felt significant love for, a partner or a parent, a child, an animal, a good friend. And just notice what moment comes to mind. It can be something so simple. And allow yourself to reconnect with that feeling of loving someone. As you probably already know, that love that we feel for others really is something that comes back to us. So breathe. Breathe the beautiful light of love into your heart center and just observe what you notice, whatever that is. Perhaps a movement or a softening of energy. And you can allow to come to mind a person who has loved you and just notice the feeling of safety and comfort of someone who cares for you or has cared for you. And it can be someone who been has passed on. It can be someone in your life right now. Just notice who comes to mind, and it might even surprise you. But it's some of the simplest moments in our lives that can be so powerful. And if there's anything it feels like you'd like to release in that heart center, just know that as you breathe in light and you breathe in these feelings of love, like water, it can just wash away all the stuff that you've possibly collected throughout the day, other people's stuff, and just let it wash away. The light displacing anything else. And breathe. And now notice this wonderful connection between, again, your root and your heart. How much easier it is to give and receive love when you feel safe and secure in who you are. And having self compassion and self love makes it that much easier to feel that security and groundedness. So just take a few more breaths. And if you feel like there's any excess energy that you would like to return to the earth, you can. Just trust your highest self to intuitively know. And as you bring your awareness back to the gift of the present, you may feel an urge to stretch your body and shift, to move around, to have some sips of water, and allow your awareness now to shift from the screen of your mind and your inner experience back to the outer world, just taking whatever time you need to fully re-alert if you're going back to your day. If you've been relaxing and are about to go to sleep for the night, you can just allow yourself to stay in this very kind of comfortable, slightly daydreamy space. You know what you need. It has been my pleasure and joy and privilege, as always, to be here with you tonight. And if you are interested in a longer meditation that balances all of the chakras, I'm so excited to say that my latest album with HemiSync not only features a meditation that balances all of your energy centers and helps you further develop your intuition, but it's set to the sounds of HemiSync, the binaural beats, the brainwave entrainment. It really just helps you go into such a pleasant and lovely space, a really deeply meditative space. So, Jason, if you could put that in the comments, just the link to that, that would be great. And if not, I can add that afterwards. But thank you again for being with me. And I wish you a beautiful evening and a beautiful rest of your week. And until next time, I wish you all the very best.